everybody. Hope you're doing well wherever you are, whatever you may be doing. Today I would like to jump into, I think, another new series, which I'm going to do something about using a palette in just the palette itself, not grabbing towards other palettes or doing other things. Sorry, Miko is definitely distracting me. Miko, stop! Miko's my kitty cat, and I guess he's just craving attention right now. You can hear him knocking at the door, trying to get in. He's not even allowed in this room, but it's my voice must just be calling to him. Oh, and now he's gonna cry. Please don't cry for your mama. Oh my goodness, Miko! Anyway, we gotta keep her moving. So I want to create a series all about using a palette and only what's provided in the palette. Use what the palette gave you. So I'm going to be using this Stowaway palette, which is a brand I'm not very familiar with. I've never used this palette, but it's an interesting concept. I believe their whole idea with makeup and the whole brand's idea is to just have enough makeup to use what you're actually going to use. You know, I just got this beautiful palette from Melt Cosmetics. Gorgeous. Am I ever going to hit pan on any of these? Probably not. It's possible, but probably not any of these shades. Maybe on things that I use more often, like closer to my skin tone, that sort of thing. So, in actuality, we probably do get a lot of product that we're never going to use. So it's interesting to have a concept like this. It's also great because it's so tiny, it's very easy and travel friendly. So I'm excited to see kind of how the shades just work, but also I just want to use what the palette gave me, which is this brush, which really I have not really inspected before. So let's give her a look. So we have a very small looking kind of blending brush, kind of I could use it as a packer. It'll be very interesting to see what I'm able to accomplish with such a tiny little brush. And then there's also like an angled brush, which I'm not sure if I would pick that as the second choice of the brush, just because sure, it's helpful with liner, but we'll figure out probably some other ways of using it as well. So we're just gonna use this tool on our eyes along with just this palette, and then I'll grab in other products, and feel free to watch for that part of this as I'm gonna jump into kind of my routine that I do. So the first thing I'm just going to get started with is something to prime my skin with. This is the Clinique Prep Start, which I just have a trial size of. I feel like it just helps moisturize my skin, and frankly, that's all a girl really needs. My lips have been so dry, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of Total Hydration Lip Oil from Chapstick, which is almost gone. I actually really enjoy this product. It adds, oops, that was a lot. Adds a beautiful shine if you use it just as gloss. But I do think it actually really helps hydrate my lips too. It's in this lovely peach scent, peach tea. I do love me some peach tea. Holla at me. All right. So I always do my eyes first, and it's going to be no exception here today. So I'm going to go in with my Milani eyeshadow primer, which is almost gone, and I probably will need to order more. You know, those online orders, it's not really a necessity, but I do think eyeshadow primer helps. I think it helps a lot. And if you're looking for longevity on your eyeshadow, especially throughout a work day, I think it really helps. But I am the girl who wears makeup to work every day. That's me. That's who I am. I like taking the time out of my morning to put makeup on and just have the time for myself. For me, it's another way of just treating myself and giving the time that I want to myself. It's kind of like another form of therapy for myself. I clearly, hopefully, enjoy makeup. That's why I do it. If you don't like doing something, don't do it. It's kind of that simple. All right, so I got the primer on my eyes. Now let's take a closer look at this palette. We have something that will work as a cream color kind of shade. We got a brown matte and a navy matte. Well, at least they look matte, but maybe they have some slight sheen. Then we kind of have some basic looking colors. Kind of a silvery, another silver, a taupe-ish color, a little bit of kind of a rose gold, and then more of a gold. So all very basic shades, which I honestly think would help in this sort of application and this sort of process, just because if you're either traveling or if you're just somebody who doesn't gravitate often towards either eyeshadow or makeup or whatnot, like this might be all you need. So, all right, cool. So I'm gonna take this little brush with this tiny little end. Brush gods be with me. I'm gonna go into this cream shade and just kind of see what happens here. It is picking up on the brush, so I'm happy about that. I'm gonna go right under my brow. Oh yeah, okay. I saw that, I saw that. Just gonna go under the brow and into my transition area. Now what's really tough about this brush is that it will probably take me longer to do steps that I could do in a pretty quick amount of time. So one thing I also want to remember, my finger is also a tool. And make sure you always wash your hands real well. And so sorry if you see the remnants of my blue polish. I had a total Mia Thermopolis moment where I put on blue polish, but then I put on glitter on top of it, and I was like, Queen Clarice Rinaldi would not approve. It looked bad. It did not look good. So that got removed. I digress. I think I might actually use my finger. So I'm gonna go into this kind of matte cream shade, and I'm just going to take it below the brow and into my transition area. And this look is going to be pretty simple. I'm not going for anything drastic, but maybe like a slight kind of smoky look. Again, put some on my finger, and I'm gonna go into the other eye. Now, a lot of people don't have a bunch of makeup tools and brushes like I do, or other people do. You know, they have just the products, and that's kind of it. Please know your finger is definitely a great tool and sometimes the best tool to use. All right, so I've kind of put that right under the brow, and it definitely lightened it up, brightened up the brow, which is great because you want the light to hit right there. Look at my nice high brows. Next, I think I want to go in with this brown. No big surprise there. I am going to take it on the tool though, because I just don't know how pigmented this shade is. I don't want to go in on my finger and have all this dark pigment and I have nowhere to kind of place it or put it. This will at least get me in a kind of direct area. So I'm gonna tap on here. Seems like product's being picked up. And I'm gonna go into where my crease is and kind of, as I would a normal crease brush, just put the pigment right into my natural eye socket where my natural crease is. And I do see pigment, but it is not super heavy, so I'm loading up some more on the brush, and we're just gonna kind of see what she's made of, what we can get out of this brown. And I'm gonna bring the shade in, even into this little crease area, into my inner corner. Okay, and you can tell like the blend is obviously not amazing, and it probably won't be, but we will definitely work with what we got and do our best. So I'm just gonna kind of keep going back and forth, build up the color on this side, and then build it up on the other. Okay, I'm back, and I know I look scary, but I'm gonna go in with this cream color on my finger, and I'm gonna go kind of on that outer area of where my crease and transition kind of meet to try to just kind of blend this outer edge better. And I'll probably go in with the brush. I'm kind of bringing the color up, the brown, and just helping to kind of smoke it out, round it out with my finger. And please be very kind to your skin, especially around your eyes, because your eye skin is very, very sensitive. It's the thinnest part of skin on your body. Just treat it nicely, treat it well. Be kind to yourself. always. So as I blend with my finger, it is helping to kind of soften up that edge, which is nice. The brown is not the easiest blendable shadow I've had in my life. I'm gonna go in with the cream color again on the brush and just keep kind of trying to help the blend a bit and kind of soften it. It's a little harsh for my liking at the moment, but that cream color does help to diffuse the brown quite nicely. See, that's already looking a little bit better, but the brown doesn't blend the best, in my opinion. So here I go, kind of blending a little bit above where I placed that color into my crease. A little bit more on my brush here. We'll probably darken up that outer edge a little more in a bit. Here we go. Nice. That's not that bad. It looks like I have a little bit more darkness on the inside, closer to my tear duct, so I'm gonna copy that on this eye. All right, so I think we'll keep with that. I think want to go in with maybe a little bit of this dark blue. I'm a little scared because of the blending capability on that brown was not fabulous, but I'm gonna go with this blue kind of in my outer third of my lid space. So here we'll just kind of start to pack it on just a little bit. And I'm not expecting this to show up blue or navy, really. This will probably just end up looking kind of like a dark muted shade, which is fine with me, just because I'm not personally looking for that navy to really pop. However, if you are, you know, this might not be the best navy in the world to use. Navies are really hard though. Blues, dark blues, any kind of dark shade usually just ends up looking kind of murky and smoky. There we go. So we've added that blue in, and I'm kind of blending it into the middle portion of my eye. So we have kind of the smokiness built up. I kind of want to build up this brown a little bit more into a shape. I feel like I see not as much as a transition as I normally like to see, so I'm just gonna kind of go into the brown, and I'm gonna go and hit into the cream as well and kind of get a blend of both shades. And I'm going to blend this outer edge and try to get a little bit more definition and shading kind of on the outside edge of where my socket and natural crease is. So sorry, Miko is really hankering. Don't worry, he's definitely fed. He's just wants his attention. I know. So again, on the other eye, just building up that color just a little bit so that we don't have such a harsh change from that cream color into that brown. If you blend everything, it really will help soften the look and make it look a little bit better. All right, so I'm not mad at that. I don't know if I'm really happy, but I'm not mad with that. So do I go in with something cool toned? I feel like I've done kind of warm, so sure. I'm gonna go into this shade, which is kind of a gunmetal-y color, and I'm gonna put that kind of over where I put the navy. And we'll see what kind of pigment she packs. And yes, I did just use my finger. I love using my finger with metallics. I think that's kind of the best way to use them. So again, right into the corner. And you can definitely see the sheen. It's, yeah, you know, kind of a gunmetal-y color. This would be pretty probably all over the lid if you wanted a super smoky look. But I'm kind of just going for some daytime smokage here. Ooh, you can even see the blue, my blue, the blue remnants of my nail polish is real. All right, so I've put on that gunmetal color, probably to about halfway point on my lid. Now I'm gonna go into this really bright shade. At least I'm hoping she's bright. Please. Ooh, she looks like she'll be blinding. And yeah, I did just use my fingers, which look like they have quite a bit of product on them, but this application should hopefully be okay. Okay, honey. That is pretty. That is really very pretty. All right. So we're gonna have to work on that blend in the middle, but we're not mad at this. It's not awful. I probably could have done better with my brushes, but we will make it work. That's what it is about. So adding that lightness to the front part of the eye. Pretty. Now I'm going to go back into the darker gunmetal color and bring that in over the halfway point. And this is that blending that we really go back and forth with, because we just want it to look very seamless, very effortless, very natural, even though we know it's makeup. It's not going to be that natural. I'm going to go back in with the bright shade and really turn up that brightness and go kind of over again. It's all about layers and blending. And now I'm going to go back in with my little tool, go into the brown shade, and kind of build it up into the crease a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to go back in. Ooh, my fingers. I'm going to go with my ring finger then, I guess. Into the cream shade and kind of heighten and lighten up the brow. Again, other side. Nice. That's not that bad. You know, it's a basic smoky eye. What more could I really ask for a palette like this? So, from this step, I would probably start working on the rest of my makeup. So that's what we're gonna do. Also though, note, this mirror is actually quite large. I'm gonna prop this up and use this as my mirror to apply the rest of my makeup with. So, next up for me would be color correction. And I have a couple blemishes. Most of this is gone. I ordered a new kind of peach color corrector, but I use a peach color corrector under my eyes and on any blemishes because I think it helps. I really do. So right under my eye where you see blue-green veins, we're gonna pop that on, which is almost gone. I'm gonna pop it over a blemish or in dark spots. And we will blend that out, probably with this hand just because my other one has so much shadow on it. All right, so as that is blended, oh, it looks like we caught more of the color, not exactly where I wanted it to be. Let's try to get it a little bit more pigmented in that darkness right up there. It's a little better. A little bit more where I want it. I think I'll go in with my Real Technique sponge. Just kind of pat that in. All right. I love the Real Technique sponge. It definitely stains from my foundation. This has been cleaned and washed, but I like this just like a beauty blender, but it's like half the price. So save that money, honey. All right. So after that, I'm going to go in with my Holy Grail foundation. I love me this foundation. On kind of an everyday wear, one pump seems to do me good, fine. And that kind of gets me around my cheeks and down my neck. This foundation really is nice. Helped even out the skin. I'm now gonna go into some Master Precise Conceal. Is that what this is called? Master something Conceal. Master Conceal. Yes. By Maybelline, which I like for any sort of really dark areas. I can put it sometime on some of the acne blemishes on my cheek or the acne scars, and then on my chin as well, and then any that are just coming through to play. Not today, demon. Not today. And to lighten up under my eyes. Age Rewind for the win. I do really love this product, as many people do. Probably one of the brand's best. Wow, that lighten and brighten up my face. And then to even go a step further, because that's just who I am, I'm gonna take a little bit of this concealer. It's a little lighter. Poop, boop. Pop it right there. Blend that brightness in. I got all the sleep in the world. You would never know. 5 hours of sleep, who? Awesome. So now that that's all patted in, I'm gonna go in with some Laura Mercier powder, which I do like. I've always wanted to try the Fit Me. It's just, I have so much powder in here. Like, how many powders does a woman really need in her life? Not that many. So I like using what I got, you know? I'm gonna make sure I tap out any creases before I go in to set. And I only kind of do one tap on the brush, and then I tap my T-zone, my nose, lip, and onto my cheek, or chin. Kind of my T-zone area and right underneath, just because I don't need everything to be so caked on and so heavy, because the other products that I'm going to use are also powder. So I'm going to go into a butter bronzer. Ooh, oh. Oof. We do enjoy that smell. It is so, you know, cabana, but I enjoy it. I really do. I'm gonna go kind of up here around my forehead. Just deepen that up like it's sun-kissed. Then I follow in where my natural cheekbone comes through. Right underneath that, and then I bring it down under the jaw area. Ah, it's making a 3 basically. Boop, boop. At least that's how I always kind of remember it to be. Not too shabby. I would like to add some blush. I'm gonna go in with the Dandelion because I just love kind of the brightness that comes with this, and I think it works well with cool toned shades like my eye. Pretty. And then should add a touch of highlight, right? Of course we should actually. Grab one over here quickly. My Merry Luminizer. Such a cute, these travel size, amazing. I had a, oh, what is the name of the one that's a bronzer that's so popular? Bahama Mama. I'm almost certain it's Bahama Mama. Anyway, that's a great bronzer. Mine was all gone. But it came in a little package like this for me to try, and I just adore this. It even has a magnetic closure. Oh. Anyway, go in with my highlight right here on the upper part of the cheek, and I can even sweep it under my brow if I'd like. Right here, and under the brow if I'd like. And now we can go into finishing up the bottom of the eye, where I think we're gonna bring in the liner part. So I'm gonna go in on the bottom with the brown and the liner brush right up to my lower lash line area. Just to make things a little bit more cohesive. Then I'm gonna go in with that shade and the cream shade that I did tap off because there was some, and I'm going to blend with the other side of this little brush. Just kind of blend together that cream and brown shade. Make it really soft, effortless looking, you know? Seamless. And now, that's really all I need on the bottom. I don't think I need much more. But I do want to bring that bright shade into my inner corner. So I'm going to use the, what is this? The liner side of the brush, help me. And I'm kind of packing it on the edge here, not tapping right kind of flush with the brush. On the side to try to pick up more product. And then I'm going to use that on its side right around my tear duct. And I should see the most color payoff then. And yeah, that worked fairly well. We're going to do it again and go kind of right into that lower lash line area just a bit. I'm a sucker for a nice bright inner corner highlight for sure. It's a little bit sparkly, which isn't always my favorite. I like more of kind of just a shimmer, but we'll take it. Now I need to do my brows. I think I'm good with the eyeshadow. It's not my favorite look, and I definitely wish I could, well, maybe we can try it. Maybe we'll try blending just a little more. Taking that brown, taking the cream, and blending that edge just ever so more so that it's not as drastic. Brown, cream on that edge, blending just a bit. There we go. I'll take it with a tiny little brush. Now I'm gonna go into my brows. I don't do a whole lot with my brows, just kind of add in a bit of color into the front, little brush hair strokes through this front part of my brow. I do bring up and help bring in my arch a little bit by extending up to my point. And then I kind of just bring down the shade or the pencil a little bit on this edge here. All right, now don't worry, I will spoolie it out because it certainly needs it. But on to the other brow first. Kind of bring in a little bit of the product. And I do like to follow kind of the natural hair strokes that will help to effectively look a bit more like your real brow hairs. If you just kind of naturally follow that through, and then onto the tippy part of my brow. Okay, and then I will blend it out with my spoolie and set it with my clear, oops, dropped the little brush. Set it with my clear brow gel. Now, let's set it with some clear brow gel. And obviously this side isn't clear no more because I've been using it with my brow product. But this is a $2 clear brow gel and mascara gel, but I use it both for my brows because it really doesn't matter. Cool. Kind of blending out my shadow a little bit there. All right, so really all I have left that I want to do is mascara. I could do liner, but I kind of feel like, why? You know, I'll just let the shadow be the shadow. I am going to do a few little spritzes just because I think it would feel nice. And I always have to curl my lashes. I always have to. I wish I didn't have lashes that just pointed down. I wish my lashes had some life. But yeah, beggars can't be choosers. Eyes look a bit red today. I only got like 5 hours of sleep, so maybe that was why. But it's kind of like my natural body. I woke up at 6:15 and I kind of couldn't go back to sleep. Oh, do I love this mascara? Nice. And then I'll put a little bit on the lower lashes as well. Awesome. Okay, so for me, I'd probably just pop on a gloss and I'd be good. So let's do that, shall we? Let's put on a little bit of gloss action. We have this Clinique. This is called Rosewater Pop. Let's see how much she pops. Oh, I already have that oil on, but we'll just put it on top. See, oh, there is some color to this, which actually might look pretty with the blush. So that was actually pretty fun. I'm excited to try this with the other palettes I have because I definitely am somebody who wants to dig into other palettes. I'm not sure if all my palettes came with an applicator or not, but I definitely wanted to give this one a go with the applicator it had. And I mean, it's usable. Oops, it was the one that fell on the floor. Hold on. Oof. This is usable. It's certainly not my favorite. I don't think it was probably the most effective tool they could have put in there, but it wasn't bad. You know, it's usable. This definitely you can use to try to kind of blend things out. You can use it to try to pack on colors, but just use your finger. It's going to be easier. And the little liner brush actually probably worked better than I thought it would for the lower lash line and getting kind of that inner corner highlight done. The shades, you know, I feel like most people probably have these. These are some pretty basic staple shades, but that's also what's great about the palette. If you're new to makeup, I think this might be kind of good for you to try. I don't know if the brush would really be that realistic. I don't know also if it's the easiest of blending kind of shades. I would have to probably use it with a brush that I more often use. But they are simple, and I think really you could do a really simple look. Pop this bright shade all over the lid and mascara, you'd be done. You don't need to always build up smokiness. You can do whatever you want to do. It's just makeup. It's fun, you know? All right, so thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, wherever you may be and whatever you may be doing. All right, anyway, bye guys.